So silver could be setting up real soon over the next few months for a really big breakout. And that's what I want to share with you in today's video. Also, I want to share with you my number one trading type of a pattern that I'm always looking for in the markets. I'm going to show you some examples with you. I'm going to show you some setups and stuff like that. Also, then I want to finish off with today's video is why I actually stopped using indicators. And I'm going to use my recent trade that I did on YouTube, which was gold, and why I don't use indicators anymore. And when looking at and when trading the markets, I'm going to show you some examples of why I actually stopped looking at that and how that increased my confidence in success rate and also understanding of these markets. So let's get straight into it, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So let's actually get straight into it. I want to start off with silver first, and then I'm going to get into the things I talked about in today's video because I know this is really going to help a lot of you guys out. Now, looking at here's the thing. Okay, let's actually check this out. Look at this. Look. Okay. I did it again. What did I do? I had about 4 different things come into my brain and none of them came out. Do you ever? My mum used to do that. She used to say, if you do that, don't make me come over here. That's it. Or maybe my dad used to say that. Maybe my mum used to say, you know what I'm getting at. Anyway, so looking at, sometimes I'm doing that, right? I'm sure you do that as well too, right? Like you go to say something and then another thought comes banging in and you're like, okay, maybe I'll say that. And then another thought comes banging in. It's like, is it just me or is it? So looking at silver, the reason I'm saying silver could be setting up for quite something big is because one thing that I've known about the markets is the market goes through what's called different. I noticed this here with the market going through different phases. Now this is not set in stone, but I do notice this for a while. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this: is that I have noticed for a while that the market might be, say, in an upward trend. Okay, so it'll go through an upward trend and it'll stair step for a while, but then it'll just suddenly just do this. It will suddenly go sideways, right? And I've just noticed this. You would notice this with like things like a good example of this was, say, NVDA, right? So look at NVIDIA. This is a really, really, really good example of what I've just noticed in the markets and what can actually happen sometimes, right? So we go through this really nice, good bull market from here, stair-stepping high, and then we go through this gyration period, right? Where the market doesn't do anything for quite some time. And I've just noticed that, and then it gets ready to go again. Okay, so this period here, by the way, this period here is what I call like the great reset pattern, meaning like the market goes up for a while, and then it comes to a period of time where the market's either going to have a good correction or just go sideways, where it's refueling, and what I call the great reset pattern. Okay. I just came up with that name, the Great Reset pattern. Anyway, so if we go back to silver, what I'm trying to share with silver is this, okay? And one of the reasons why I was excited about gold was because of this. But if I look at silver, what has silver been doing for a long time? Actually, pretty much nothing, right? So let's check this out. We can actually see here with silver that we have been doing pretty much nothing. So this could be like a semi type of great reset pattern, right? Where the market's not doing it, especially for the last, what's that there? Looking at this here for the last, say, 1 year. What has this been doing? Really hasn't been doing anything, has it? Like really from here to here. Look at that period from there, right? The market's not doing anything. And again, this is like the great reset is like just resting, ready to go again. Okay, ready to go again. And so this is like the great reset. The great reset pattern is like resetting, ready to start a new trend. Now with a new trend, what I've noticed with new trends is whenever you get this sideways period, you will generally get 1, 2, 3 stair steps, maybe even 4, before you start to go through this They call it like an accumulation or a distribution phase, okay? Something like that. But I really have found that to be like 1, 2, 3 stair steps. Now, sometimes you will get more. Sometimes you'll get 4 and 5 stair steps. But on the average, you're looking at 3 to 4 major stair steps in one phase before we start to go through these types of phases again. With me so far? So, when it comes to silver, the first thing that I'm looking for is what? The first thing I'm looking for is we actually come out of the sideways range. So here's the sideways range. And if we had the sideways range here, we're looking for the first stair step and then second stair step and so on and so forth. This is the reasons why I was so confident, by the way, guys, to getting into gold. A little bit of a secret sauce behind there, right? So what is this? Markets ran up. Now we're just getting a bit of a pullback. So we're getting what? We're getting ready for the first stair step of this, what? 1, 2, 3, possibly even 4. But what you want to be doing, you want to be trying to get in on the first and the second stair step within this phase before we go back into a distribution phase or accumulation phase, and it generally comes out from there to there. And I'll show you, like, for example, gold. What did gold do? Gold did what? What did gold do? Gold did nothing for a long time. Distribution, right? And then what do we have? First stair step, a very big bull market. Especially if you look at the daily charts, you'll be able to notice this a lot more, right? So this is where, like, up, first stair step, and we actually had a little stair step here, and now we're just through here. That's why I believe gold could do something like this and then get ready to go again. So I believe gold has a lot more upside to come, but I believe it's probably going to just spend maybe like another week or so just going sideways, maybe slightly down movement before we see possibly another big kick up in gold. So there could be another good opportunity in gold coming up soon, real soon. So as you can see, that's the reason why I really liked gold, because I was getting in down here, on that first major stair step as it was breaking out of this pattern through here, right? Which is just like this, up, down, up, and then you have this, then you get stuff like that there. So if I go back to the silver chart, the first thing I'm looking at is what? I'm looking at, you've actually got these two lines through here, but the first thing I'm looking at is this pattern through here. So this pattern through here, now we had the big breakout. Okay, now we've started a trend. You know the whole analogy, right? The trend is your friend until the end. So we have just started a new trend in place. We've had no trend in here, so silver hasn't been your friend. Oh, John, silver's market manipulated, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you're just getting into a period of time when there's nothing going on. There is no trend. So my rule number 1 in my trading system and the way that I trade it, which I teach you for free in that free trading course, which is the first link in the description. There's actually 4 phases in that trading course, guys. Phase number 1 is about the foundations, the biggest mistake you're making, and how to overcome them. There's actually 13, 3, 1, 1, 3. Phase number 2 is about the number 1 chart reading techniques that I've been working, that's been working since the 1950s. Advanced chart reading technique on phase number 3. That's about some really awesome sort of understanding a bit more about what I'm talking about here. And then also phase number 4 is my trading system. I just teach you for free. So you can go learn that, guys. So here's the thing, okay? We see this now breaking out, and now we're just starting out. So this is where, like, the first thing I'm seeing is we've just come out of this distribution phase. Now we're getting ready for what? We're possibly getting ready for this to make then possibly the very first major stair step in this what? I believe we're doing this here. We've just broken out, come back down, first stair step, second stair step, and then third stair step. Okay? So I believe we're just right here building this stair step here, which is number 1 first stair step here. Now, on top of all what I just said there when it comes to silver is the resistance line. Check this out. So we have, not only do we have the great reset pattern, I just came up with that, guys. I'm definitely going to be putting that in the thumbnail. The silver, the great reset pattern Here we go. What's he talking about? Great reset pattern. I must click on this video to watch it. But we also can see here, if I bring up this weekly chart, look at this here. If I squeeze this weekly chart up, look what's happening. We're now squeezing up into what? This massive overall. You can see it, right? There's there and there's there, right? So if we do get this pullback through here somewhere, right, to get that first step, and then we start to break out through there, this whole level is now starting to see that move from there. So I do believe this resistance, once it breaks out, but I do believe we're probably likely to go through another few weeks or maybe a month or more of going through this period through here before it's ready to have the upside movement in the markets. So that's what I wanted to share with you there, traders. Now, traders, one thing I want to share with you now, my number one trading pattern, and I'll just use gold as an example here. So let's bring up the GLD. My number one trading pattern that I'm always looking for, guys, is what's called an L-shaped pattern, right? An L-shaped pattern, meaning the market goes down and then we go across, right? And then I'm getting ready for a trade, and then I'm getting ready for a breakdown bar from there. Okay, so it's more like the L-shaped pattern or the upside down L-shaped pattern through here. Why did I trade gold? Straight up. See that through there? See that see how that was what? Pretty much that through there, right? That there. See, that's because silver actually, gold actually met my trading pattern that I was looking for, which is the upside down L-shaped pattern. And then I have other rules for looking for confirmation of entry signals and stuff like that as well too. So that's one of the things. And if I show you a trade that I did car, right? Why did I get into car for? See this breakdown bar here, car? So me and my clients actually had this. This was a trade that me and my clients did. But why did I get into car? Oh, down, across. See the L-shaped pattern? Right? And then we get the move down from this. Is the L-shaped pattern is a bearish setup, getting ready for a bearish trade. And the upside down L-shaped pattern, just like gold, is what? The bullish setup or the bullish trade. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It's called the L-shaped pattern, and I believe it's my number one trading pattern. If you look at, say, things like Microsoft as well too. You know, I'm just utilizing these as examples, guys. But you know, you can see here, right? Market ran up from there to there. Then we went sideways, didn't we? Right? What is that? That's the upside down L-shaped pattern. Remember I said before, upside down L-shaped pattern is what? It's actually a bullish scenario, getting ready for a bullish move from there to there. So, and the same thing for flipped upside down for bearish scenarios, and so on and so forth. So, you know, and if you look at things like, you know, let me just show you this here. So like Siri, another good example, right? Let me go back here. Let me show you this here. What do we have here, guys? Look at this here, right? What is this? We actually had the channel, but we look at this here, down, across. See the L-shaped pattern? L-shaped pattern is a bearish scenario, getting ready for a move on the downside, getting ready for something like that. And then as you can see, this was actually a beautiful trade that me and my clients did last year as well too. So anyway, if you like to learn more, that L-shaped pattern is part of my trading system, which I teach you for free in that trading course, guys. Link in the description there. Now, I want to bring up this chart here. Look at this chart here. Look at this chart here, right? Oh my goodness. Isn't it just pretty? By the way, this is how I actually used to trade, guys. Now, I used to trade like this. Now, what do I have here? I have the Bollinger Bands. I have 1, 2, 3 moving averages on there. Ooh. I have not one stochastic. So this is the stochastic here, but I have 2 stochastics. Look at this here. I have much more of a slower one, and I have a faster one. Ooh, isn't that interesting? I also have the RSI. I have the RSI and it's volatile, but then I also have the average, which is darkened, which is a 5 average on the RSI. Ooh, isn't that fascinating? Ooh, right? And so I'm actually making fun of these guys, right? And then I use the volume down the bottom here. Now, by the way, I use volume still this day. I think volume is very, very important in the market. But not the most important thing is the chart itself. So volume's not that important, but it is good to have some volume, especially in the stock market when you're getting into trades. Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. The reason why I don't use indicators anymore, because this here is not the thing that tell you when a good opportunity is in. When is a good opportunity? The L-shaped pattern. I'm John, come on, it can't be that simple. It is. That's what I look for, the L-shaped pattern. But I also look for a few other things as well too within the, but the foundations of my setup, I just showed you on gold. What was that? It was the upside down L-shaped pattern, which is a bullish setup. And then that was my setup, right? Then I was looking for my confirmation candle and making sure it met all my rules and so on and so forth. But I was always looking for really good setups, utilizing these here. And I was always getting confused and not getting it at the right time. And the big thing for me, guys, is that I may have gotten into a good trade. Again, I'm focusing on indicators, not the market. It's the reason why I don't use indicators now. And not only that, but the indicators would actually stop me from maximizing my profits. So let me show you an example here, okay? Let me show you this example here. So, for example, my gold trade that I got into. Look at this here. Now, when I got into gold, I'm going to go back to the day that I got into gold. This is the day here that I got into gold right here. All right, now look at the indicators. Again, this is how I used to trade, guys. I have this here because it just shows you some things here, but it really isn't the main thing. What is the main thing? The main thing is what? L-shaped pattern. So that's the L-shaped pattern with the breakaway bar, and so on and so forth, okay? But when looking at this here, if I started to use the indicators to get in for a good bullish trade here, instead of utilizing the markets, I'll be looking at the indicators. I'm like, okay, RSI is down here. I better not get into gold right now because my stochastics are oversold. And every time they get oversold, they end up coming down. And when they do come down, I get this drop here. They come down here. I'll get this drop here. They come down here. I'll get this drop here. I better not take this trade, right? And then the RSI. What's happened to the RSI? And then the RSI, a couple of days later, oh my goodness, I've been in this trade now for 3 days. And look where the RSI, oh my goodness, the RSI is starting to become overbought. Every time it comes over here, that's it, right? I better get out now, right? So you're utilizing... Not only are you utilizing bad entries by utilizing the indicators, it's actually stopping you from getting into really powerful setups. But not only that, but it's actually limiting your profit potential because now it's actually, I better get out now because everything's overbought. It's going to have a pullback soon. It's going to have a drop soon. I better get in. Right? And then guess what? And then from there, you actually miss out on what? Or this other big up move from there to there because the indicators were overbought, right? Look what happened here. The market just went sideways and then we had this other big leg up, right? We had this first leg up, sideways, a big leg up. And as you guys know, but look at this here. Oversold or overbought. And then we had another overbought and another overbought here. And so if you're using indicators, you would have actually easily been out here and here if you did get into gold, limiting your profit potential. But what did I do? I got out where? What did I get out of gold? I got out of gold right here. Now that was for my trading opportunity. And the reason why I did is because I was utilizing options as well. But you see what I'm saying here, guys, right? So I use simple analysis. Now look at my chart. My chart looks completely different. It's like you look at it like, John, there's actually nothing on your chart. This is how I used to trade. This is how I trade now. Very, very, very simple, right? Very simple. Keep it simple to the L-shaped pattern. And then when I'm in a trade, if I did get into this trade, this breakout bar here off this L-shaped pattern, right? There's the L-shaped pattern through there, right? I know possibly 2 or 3 days through there, I would have been out of the trade because now guess what? The stochastics are overbought. But hang on a minute. No. The most important thing is the market. And once you understand the markets, guess what? You understand, this is just the first stair step. Market's going up, market's going sideways. This could be at least another stair step here. So there's more upside to come. And away we go. But no, John, the indicators, screw the indicators. So this is just an example of reasons why, guys, I don't use indicators anymore because it's not the main thing. The main thing is listening to the markets and watching the markets. And from there, you start to become a much better trader. You start to get in some really good trades. And also, you start to jump in and you start to be able to maximize some much bigger winners when they do come around.